Going live now.
6:38.
Sure.
And then they got it. Puts it on it. Got it.
Yep, we're all set.
Okay. We want to rise to the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, that's our little flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag
of
of
the United States of America,
and
to the
to the
republic
republic for which it stands, one nation,
under
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
for all.
Okay. Meeting's called to order at 6:38. Roll call, Neva.
Okay, we have Lenny's here. Eva. Jaylene. And then I'll sign you out at the time you leave. Pat. Oh, that was a new pen. Did you see that?
Mine worked. I had to scratch a hole through my paper, but it worked.
Yours isn't working either. Isn't that crazy? Brand new pen. Maybe the little thing. Let me have yours back. I'll leave it on some wood. Okay, and Teresa. And Carol. And our guest is Vanessa, you.
Jeff Penny in there.
And Penny. Still not working, Penny. Wow. Yeah, yeah.
Now you get the light and the email is fly out there. I just had that meeting when she said
Here,
we're
take
gonna
mine.
end up in
Here.
the light at home.
Penny, take mine. That's mine from home.
Yeah, look, that's crazy. What the heck is going on? That's a brand new pack.
Okay, we don't have
Okay.
anybody here from the public.
Well, we do essentially Vanessa.
Yeah, but I mean, she's not, no comments. from
No.
the public. Okay. Tim, I'm gonna go ahead and resign, and then they can reorganize and carry on with the meeting.
Okay.
All right, thank you all. It was very nice to work with you.
Tim, do we have to have a motion to accept her resignation?
Yes, you do. Yes.
I
Yeah.
motion it. I'll second.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, that's okay. All those in favor, say aye.
I mean, real quick before you do
This is
this.
going so
I don't-
fast, I can't even get it going here.
I
Okay,
mean,
who
Jay,
made the
you can
motion?
resign at the end of the meeting if you want.
No, that's okay. That's all right. I've got.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And second was Carol.
I already tried to get her to stay.
And do we have an all yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think then, since Carol's our vice chair, she takes over the meeting, correct?
Yeah.
That is correct.
All right. I will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
And I will go to the bank on Thursday.
Okay, you'll go to the bank on Thursday, and you've got your letter to take, and I have to write a letter to the bank and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. It was nice working with you all.
Does she also have to
Thanks,
write
Jay.
a letter to the bank
I don't
too?
think so. no.
I think you just give them your resignation, that's basically your letter.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. See you guys.
Pleasure working with you, Jay. Have a good one.
Yes,
Good luck to
you too.
you.
Thank you. It was great working with all of you.
All right, thank you, thank you. And 6:41, she's out. Jay, out.
Hey, my son is crying upstairs. I'll be right back. Let me see what's going on with him. I'll be right back.
All righty. Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll bring those back before we start all this other stuff, right? Okay.
Okay, false alarm. Sorry about that.
Better than a real alarm.
Yeah,
Right.
it really sounded like he was crying, and then when I went upstairs, he's just like, you know, being a typical 6-year-old boy.
Okay, then taking, as vice chair, we'll, take nominations for a new chairperson.
Actually, I nominate you, Carol.
Anybody else, any other nominations for chair?
I have to try to get all this down.
Okay, so is that a motion then?
That's a motion.
Wait a second.
You have a second?
A second. Okay. All ayes? Or I'm sorry, any, those in favor?
Yes.
Aye. Opposed?
Do we have all yeses? Do I just write all yes?
Are we supposed to say, yeah?
Okay, then I was vice chair, so that means we need a new.
We need a new
nomination
vice
for- new
chair.
Vice chair. So nomination for vice. chair.
Okay, hang on.
I obviously can't see everyone. I assume we have a quorum right now.
Yes,
Yes,
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
yes,
Thank
we
you.
have 5 of us.
he must
Great.
have not heard my roll call.
Okay, so we need nominations for a vice. chair.
Nominations for vice chairs.
Just for reference, Eva's secretary
Yeah,
and
I'm
Tony
already
is treasurer.
secretary.
So you 2, 3, lovely young ladies.
Because of the conflict, she'd rather not.
No.
Teresa doesn't have time.
No? Can we put it on hold until we get Vanessa, if we can get her appointed to the position? Maybe would you
Yeah,
be interested in
We're not
vice
gonna
chair
have any-
for her?
I do that.
Okay. I mean, it requires, basically, as long as
This is the
Carol,
first time I've ever had a chair. Because James don't think.
yeah, so see what I mean, you know,
James
but you
always-
may have to, like, just to give you a perspective of sometimes what needs done, like they said, they don't have time, you may have to sign checks for me, you may have to run a meeting if Carol's not here or sick, you may have customers call you and inquire, and we've had that quite a few times.
No, all building days.
There are huge things
And
that
Len,
could happen. Lenny may call you and say, hey, can you get a hold of board members for this or that? Or you may need to contact me. So that's what it entails, basically.
Okay.
You're filling in for Carol then. Okay, so we will, do I just put that on hold
You know
till,
that, yeah.
so we're tabling it?
It is. Okay, minutes. You guys have copies of the minutes? Everybody have a chance to read them? Will we take a few minutes to read them?
I read one. Something that I didn't say last time. Our board was in here when she first started talking about, her daughter, and some gentleman before the meeting. He came into the post office. He said she was going to call you.
We're talking about a dog.
Who's her daughter?
You guys, you were on Zoom. Maven, Heather Maven, Heather.
Oh, Heather Maven is her daughter?
Yes, yeah, but she, like.
I think Tim was talking about the
Tim was
account.
talking-
Well, no,
We were doing research.
Yeah, you were, but like, she was here and she just, Barb. But anyway, she was here, she heard it, she got bent, she was yelling at Pat at the post office. She's just telling you to give you the heads up, because she said she was calling you guys. I mean, there's not,
There was nothing,
so,
there was nothing untoward. We were, because it was talking about public information that was available on the
yeah,
West County
but
website.
I'm just telling you, you're giving you a heads up because she didn't want you to be blindsided in case she blows it out of proportion.
I will tell you what, Heather Maven called me
Yeah.
and asked me about the account, which I
Yeah.
thought I would go over with you and the attorney and Lenny. Remember that house that was torn down? I think it was, or something. Remember one time we talked about maybe it was the house behind or something up on that?
Yeah,
Because
but
I'm not familiar
she
with
can be
what
angry
it
about
was.
us talking about it, but again, there was nothing untoward about it. We were talking about, Tim and I were both on the Westmoreland County website searching it because he wanted to make sure the account match the property owner.
Yeah. Well,
And again, there
that's
was-
fine.
Do you remember that, Tim? We discussed that. That was the Maven property. And that, Emil Yusko.
Tim, can you hear me?
Sorry about that. I had it minimized. I couldn't unmute it fast enough. Yeah, what was the issue with that? I couldn't quite hear.
She said we were discussing her daughter and it made her angry. We weren't. We were talking about the information on the public website.
Yeah, that was the, here, I just had my report up. Hang on one second here. I mean, regardless, we were talking about who owned the property. I mean, that's about as
Oh, that was it.
record as it gets there. I mean, that you,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
honestly, I didn't even know that was her daughter.
Yeah.
When
Well,
Heather
and the
called
thing
me, I'm
was,
like, I know
she-
nothing about
She
it.
complained in the post office, you know, she knows Pat's on it, so she's tearing into Pat, which is not what she should do, but like she said, she's giving you a heads up, so if she calls and when she calls.
She might
Yeah.
not. Her
Yeah.
daughter- If her daughter called you.
She did,
Yeah,
and
then
I
it-
told her
then
I
it's
would
not
check
a-
into things, and she was very nice, actually. There was nothing.
Heather's a great thing.
Yeah.
I
This
had
is-
no idea that was Barb's daughter.
Yeah, she was married before Norm.
Oh, that's,
Yeah,
Oh.
her husband died when he was young. Yeah,
oh.
yeah.
this is 5715. Is that what we're talking about? Route 711?
Yes, and then, you know, like, I'll talk to you about the situation with that account, because what happened is she owed a very small balance on that account years ago, and it has been deactivated, that account was. And what happened is that has kept accumulating penalties and interest, so the board will have to talk about, do we just want to forgo that? I mean, I would be willing to forgo that. That's a oversight on
Okay, we can do
somebody's
that for
part.
bring that up.
Yes, I will. I actually told her then I would call her back and touch base with her after I discussed it. I don't have the authority to just eliminate somebody's balance, you know.
Okay, back to the minutes then. If everybody's read them, do we have a motion to accept the minutes?
Pat?
Second?
Second.
Yeah. Okay, all those in favor?
Yeah.
Opposed? Okay, treasurer's report and bills to be paid.
Essentially, they have been paid.
I didn't go in order, I wrote we paid bills,
I assume that concludes the treasurer's report. Looks like we're doing all right.
I mean, considering we've had the increase from Seward already for 3 months now, Seward increased our fees, just for further information for you. And it was $1,000.
Yeah,
we did notice
our bills
Yes, it will be going up. It hasn't yet. It will this period so March the 1st to March 31st. So the billing for April 15th will show the increase. And Tim had suggested, right, Tim, that we do it for the March billing, but April it's due.
Yes.
So just try to keep people well informed and whatnot. So it's because Seward, we didn't want to raise rates. It's because Seward raised ours. So we have that coming out of our account with no reconciliation for us, you know, no way to reconcile it. But some of that, Carol, is Tim and I both did a collection and it went very well. We did very well. I have one account that I think I have to shut the water off on, and that's the only account. And I'm really hoping that they take advantage of, real quick, I'll tell you, this new program, the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services has a low-income household water assistance program. So it's for water and sewage, and it's to help us collect our people in arrears and then to help them to keep their water on. So I hope to make copies of this and give with that person, because I'm so sure they probably will qualify for this. This will get their bill paid, it'll get any of the ones. Now, everybody else is on a payment plan now that anybody with a big bill could take advantage of it. So I just got it like 2 days ago, and I already filled it out and mailed it in. It had to be mailed back to the state with our EIN number and our IRS letterhead with the EIN number on it. So I did that because I feel like it will benefit the authority in the long run. So I'm hoping that they take advantage of that and go through with that, and, you know, they use what's available there. So that, I think that's why our bottom line looks so much better right now at this point, because Tim's collection was successful and mine was successful.
Do we have a second on the treasurer's report?
Did Teresa,
I
was yours
did
the
first.
initial?
Yeah.
Wait, I'd rather Penny didn't.
Okay.
No, okay.
I got you.
Patsy, you?
Yeah.
Just, you know,
Is there any questions or comments or remarks on the bills in the treasurer's report?
I will say we have had a lot of bills coming out lately and we're still looking at okay. So that's a big, you know, a big plus. We have bioxide. I haven't paid it yet, so we're going to be seeing like over 5,000 for our bioxide. I'm going to get that
You're
ready.
still doing that from the cheaper place? Are they still cheaper?
And
Are
Lynn,
they good? Because, you know, those places.
they fluctuate
Oh,
so
they do.
much. You know what,
Okay,
Lynn, too?
well-
Is there a way for you to give me the price per gallon, or do I have to call them for it?
Should be able to take the total and divide it by
I
gallon.
don't understand that. How do you do that? Like, what total? There's like 3 different totals on here. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, she's doing that. All in favor of the bills, paying the bills and the treasurer's report today?
Yeah, that's the total.
I
All
have
of
to say,
the-
I have to say yes the first time.
You do, yes.
I,
Any opposed?
I,
Motion carries. Okay, so she's done, we'll move on to Jim. Hang on just a minute, Tim, and we'll be right with you.
Okay.
just wanted to make sure. It has to be, correct, you know.
That's sort of weird for me.
It's weird, like the other company didn't do it this way. Why does this company do that this way?
They bring it in totes, and the totes are different gallons, and that's why the other one bring it in a tanker truck and it measures it right out, just like. the other
Yeah.
one.
Yes, I don't like
But
this.
they are,
Okay, solicitor's report, you're up, Tim.
Okay, I really don't have much, to be honest with you. If you recall, last month was quite active with regard to collections and getting the various pre-lien notices out and whatnot. I can talk with Neva later this week about some of them that were, there was some follow-up with probably about 8 or 9 various accounts after the January meeting, just with like follow-up letters and whatnot. But I can circle back around with Neva later this week just to see where those all
Yeah.
stand.
You know what, Tim, don't send any letters out until you know for sure, because like I said, a lot of people pay.
Yeah,
So
no,
we don't
that's fine. I
wanna,
wasn't going to.
Yeah.
And then because with some of them, when you don't get service on the certified mail, as long as you have a valid address, you can resend it regular. And I did that with, I'm looking at my list real quick, probably looks like 8 after the last meeting. So I'll talk to Neva later this week and we can convene and see what the status is of these accounts. We'll go from there. Other than that, quiet month for the most part for the authorities. So
And then
anybody
I
have any
just-
questions?
I wanted to reiterate, we need that, resolution for the price increase. We
Oh,
always-
for the rates. Yes, I'll get that done.
So we can put that, and we'll need a resolution for that. And, Hedges, Tim, Mr.
Yeah,
Hedges,
that
the
was the
three
letter.
account that was closed, Len. I wanted
Yes.
him to get with you about that because you didn't inspect it. And he's still being billed. So we need to resolve.
Where's this?
Okay. Len, I apologize.
From
I
me.
was looking at my notes the other day and realized I hadn't gotten in touch with you. So,
They keep it-
well, no. I'll connect with you. I'm free all day Thursday. I'll give you a call Thursday if you're available. We can get that finalized. I apologize to the authority. I
Does that work
realize
for
that.
you, Len?
Okay.
Just call Estelle, he said, Tim.
Okay. I'm pretty
Because-
sure I have that number.
A little history on that, he just covered that over. That's covered over. So we need to find out what's going on there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Hold on, I have it in writing.
Okay. All right,
And-
Len, I'll give
and
you a
it's
call Thursday.
delinquent.
I'll put that in my
Wow.
calendar now so I don't forget to call Len on Thursday.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I suspect we could be getting water in. That's three openings.
Okay,
Other than that, I have really nothing else for the authority. It was quiet 2 months.
do we need to do a motion tonight then for the rate increase, or I thought we did that?
We did do that.
You did, yeah.
Okay, so we don't need to do anything else then?
No,
Just
you can
sign the
pass a
resolution.
formal resolution. I can get one prepared for May and we can just make it effective April 1st.
I'm making a note under you then.
Do you have a template for that? I have one from the last rate hike we have in that. Well, you have the resolution book.
The
Tim.
resolutions, yep.
Yeah, just take a look
I'll
in
look
there.
through it. Yep,
Yeah, if you look through there, there's one that George Huss had made for us at that point. in
that's
time.
fine.
You
Yeah.
could probably just go with that one, you know?
I'll make sure it's up to snuff and that won't be a problem.
Okay.
Okay, operations report, administration.
That's me. I have not had anything other than, the collections was good. I may end up having one water shut off. We'll see. And I wanted to talk about that, which I already did, the new program out. And, I mean, I don't know. I can't think of anything popping out at
The
me.
only thing is the sign, I made one, I was
The
gonna double click
sign.
it on. When I came down, I saw that there had been one there, they had 4 screw holes, so we're gonna get hold of Jim to find the old sign. I can flip it and just put so I'm not drilling new holes and worrying about double paint. What does the sign say? Something in the Fort St. Clair Township Sanitary Authority in the hours or something. The phone number. and the
Hours by appointment call.
patient.
Call
Yeah, there-
724-541-003.
People call, supposed to help me with that. They wanted to know what the hours were. I told them that I didn't have the number, so I told them.
Yeah.
They had to come down.
Look on the door. Well, that's, you know,
Look on the door.
I was gonna put a paper one up, but I figured it probably wouldn't have.
What's the number that they keep?
724-541-0030. And it's also on their billing card.
You know, all the information to contact is on your.
It's all on the billing card.
I don't look at my,
You don't look at your billing
I
card?
know, I look at the bottom line where it says how much, and then that's it, because it's all taken out automatically.
Well, a lot of
Yeah.
people who have ACH have elected to not have a bill even sent.
You know, the only reason why I have the bill is so that I can go yell at my tenant and say,
Yeah.
this is what you need to pay.
And I keep it.
That's true.
The number 630 has the Sylvia, the Street.
Yes,
Is that Tony Street?
no, Jaylene.
Oh, okay, it's Tony Street.
Oh,
Oh,
you
did
did?
Yeah, he got something with the VFW.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I didn't know.
Yeah.
No one notified
Can
me.
you give her a note? If you guys see him, drop her a note or get a hold of him and tell him that you have something to.
If he just like real quick, I,
Yeah.
Tony, resign in a date. I like to keep those in the file. Let me write it.
That means
We need one
One.
more.
we need one for St.
St.
Clair Township and one for the borough.
Vanessa is St.
St.
Clair.
then
We need a borough.
2 boroughs, isn't it? Or 1 borough?
One borough.
I was getting rid of someone else apparently.
Do they have terms? Does everybody have a term? Or is it? Technically, we're on a 5-year term. So each year, one person goes off. Unless, if the township or the borough reappoint them, or appoint somebody new. So let's say, for example, I'm up, and the township doesn't do anything, then I just continue until they say, hey, we don't want you anymore, and get somebody. And that's the way it's been around here. Now, a lot of places will have a lot of turnover, so 5 years, you know, I'm done, Len gets appointed in my seat, and boom, it's a new person for 5 years. So that's how it works. And actually here, because there's 7, it, in 2 different years, 2 different people are up. But neither the township nor the borough have done that regularly because they've just allowed whoever's here that's willing to serve and continue on.
Do we have to have a list of who's on?
We used to have all of our names and numbers on that.
Yeah, she has them, yeah, but they
And
would
that
ask.
falls whenever the term's over, so anybody that wants to get on the board that comes to this office can see.
Yeah.
I think we have. I think it's something like that.
Yeah,
Like
you
a
just have to
board
have
members' terms, like their terms of, like what we were just talking about.
I have a list,
We have-
actually.
I don't know where I was going with that last part when I said, does it? So I was done with this. Do we have a? I've had 3 so far and I'm on my 4th.
Here, let's do something.
You better have something to calm down.
I haven't even eaten yet. I ran the mail run, went to work, and was supposed to be there for a few hours, and I just got done at 5:30. So, 4.
Yes, but we do have, Neva's keeping a list at least when anybody comes on or goes off,
Okay.
and so she has that.
And isn't it a swing that gets up swinging once in a while, free from the borough, and then
There's, somewhere here in the paperwork is a matrix that was originally put up and was part of the bylaws, put together. It was the most bizarre. It was put together by an attorney, sorry, Tim. Because the township didn't want, the borough to always have a majority or vice versa. So they put together this matrix. The matrix is here somewhere, and keeping track of it when I was doing this was hard. And because then you would have to have, because we only had so many people that were willing to serve. When somebody thought was up, it was a borough, position, or their turn to appoint, but it was a township person. So then we have to get the borough to say, okay, it's all right, or just, it became a mess. And when after I left, it really, because it was so hard getting people to apply and serve, that it's just been kind of out there. So yeah.
When I'm in the office.
But it has not been a problem because we've pretty much been bouncing back and forth. Ed leaves and we were able to get, then we had more borough people. And then it was more township people. And now I think we're,
There it is, that's Carolina.
so. Yeah, so this is the last I was keeping track of. It was impossible. But yeah, so we've been.
I never understood
It's
it.
been
I'm not gonna lie to you. I never understood. Ed never understood it. I never
I don't
understood
know,
it.
George was trying to tell, or
George.
was trying to tell me when we were here, and I said, this, am I
I
on it or
know.
am I not?
Yeah.
I've never heard of such the strangest thing. And when Jim Moore asked me about it, I said, I have a copy, I can give it to you. And he said, how about we just start new with Pat and Joan? And we'll say,
Yeah.
keep that date and let's start fresh. And I think you even advised that, didn't you, Tim?
I did
Start
because A, you didn't have the people to fill. I mean, that was when I made the remark that anybody
Yeah.
who has a passion for
So
sewage, you just get them on the board so you can.
New 2-year, I think Jim said.
Yeah.
You and Tony were. He said, let's start fresh. Sinclair, I had to call into, Rudnick to see what he says about the, I'm sure he doesn't know.
when you take over a term, like you just took over hers.
No, I didn't take over her term. I just took over her position.
Oh, you didn't take
No,
over.
I'm
No,
not-
she already has her
I was gonna
turn.
say, you asked the question anyway, but if you would have took over her term, then you have the rest of her term, right? Whatever her term was.
Yeah.
Is that the way that is?
Yeah,
Okay.
she had a turn in.
Like the person who takes Tony's will be a 2-year
I'm not
term.
on the board.
No,
I'm
I
just trying-
I know what you were saying,
I'm worried
but I
about
just-
what's supposed to be hanging.
Yeah.
So I see it.
There's no requirement that anything has to be posted. It just has to be available. If somebody, and with a public public entity, and Cindy can correct me if I'm wrong. So with a public entity, if people want that information, then they do a right to know act. And they just
Exactly.
collect the paper.
Yeah.
And they get to know anything they want to and see the paperwork in so many days.
I got my license, Tim. I got them hanging there. If that's the way it is, then. I don't
Well,
have that.
there's exceptions to that, Len, too. I mean, I don't recall off the top of my head what comes off that, but certainly your license is going to have your home address and things like that. I mean, we could provide that, but would have to redact a lot of the specific information that is listed on the license. You know, because people will request pay information and things like that from municipalities and whatnot of the employees, and a lot of times that has like addresses and social security numbers and stuff like that on there, and you don't want any of that floating around. So yeah, you can redact or object, things like that. If that comes up, please let me know. We can address that.
I mean, I got it hanging there anyway.
But then again, this isn't normally open to public back here. They couldn't read it.
That's all.
With, I think that's under our licensing, not necessarily
Yes.
the municipal authorities.
Yes, because before Len was on, remember, we used your license. Do you remember that over at,
But then, yeah, I pulled my license.
you
because
pulled
guys
your
weren't
license?
paying- You guys weren't paying. for
We
it,
didn't
but-
pay ya, so
Yeah,
you
so
pulled
I
it.
pulled my
Yes.
license, which they have done that.
Mhm. Yep. Do you remember that, Bill? That's why I knew we had it.
Yeah, I think that's under our
Under.
license, not under the authority. Okay, we're on you for your stuff.
Wait, can I ask another
Oh.
question?
Mhm.
What, like, am I allowed to ask questions about other things
Absolutely.
that we went, like, with the Howards and that, is he paying the bills and that?
Who, Mr. Howard?
Yeah.
Yes, he is always taking care. Our biggest thing is now we have hedges down there, and I didn't start anything because we have to find out.
We are live on YouTube, so I would be careful using customer
Account name.
name, perhaps. Question.
Yeah,
We can't really talk about it. I mean, yeah.
we have some.
We can discuss an executive session if needed. We have one listed at the end there.
Is that all you needed? You
That
just wanted
was
to
all
make
I
sure they were
needed.
paying?
If we had.
Okay, Lynn?
On 321, I had another throw. I did my verbal and then I did a written report to send that in. I have them here in use of copy to those. And then again on 225, we have another. I did the same thing and I have the copies are always here. Somebody, anybody wants to see that. Now we're back to the deal we got a call. I got a contract that we signed. I'm gonna go this time with the people that you used to use, the Penn Car. The reason I'm doing that,
Who is it, Len?
Penn Car. Now that's up to you. I mean,
Penn who?
Ken Power?
Power?
yes, systems, Penn Car systems. The reason I want to do that this time is they have a computer to reset the times on the generators, how long they run. We got one out, number 3 runs 2/10 of an hour. Then we got another one running an hour. They need reset. I mean, they couldn't do it one that I have because they don't have a machine to do that. So that's why I'm using this one. But I think that's pretty important to get that straightened out. So that they're running the right amount of time for the exercise. So I got a contract for them. I have a copy here, and a copy for myself that we signed. Then I can, if there's one that. So I'll show that to you.
The only thing, I liked them, they were very responsive in emergencies. And yeah, they'll bring their laptop in and it plugs right into our transfer switch. The only thing that I didn't like when they did the annuals, one of the guys one time at pump station number 2 didn't check the marine battery and it went dry. And within 2 weeks, I had to replace that battery. And they wouldn't, oh yeah, he checked it, it was fine. He must have been fine. So they refused to stand by, so that's when I got pissed at them, so I wasn't.
Yeah, I changed, now I'll probably change it back. I want this done. And I've been doing the maintenance on the batteries. I've changed from the last because the price is so much more. It's just like one of the chargers went out and I got a new one and put in and it was under $100 and theirs
Yeah.
was like thousands.
It's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
So that's the number.
We can't afford to waste money like that. That's
No,
ridiculous.
it's great that Lance can do that. I mean, there's just, when I could,
Well, I do what I can.
yeah, and what I could do, I
Right.
pick somebody else's brain that I live with. But
That's the reason I wanted to get
His
it
hands
done
always
is
check
because
me.
of that. We need that
Yeah.
reset. So she has a copy of that. If anybody else wants to.
Do we
see
have
it,
a cost on it, Carol?
Yeah, there is. I think in the second or third page.
And is
The
it
4 generator set,
for?
for total, the 1-year package is $2,070. And then they also have additional, for straight time at $113 an hour, overtime is $155, and double Sundays and holidays would be $210 in case we had an emergency that wasn't covered.
In the
under
contract?
standard.
And that's a year?
Yeah, I got it for just a year. They had 5-year terms, but I told them not to let me go a year.
Yeah, I thought the one we had one other time was a more
It was
longer
a long
one.
time, but
Yeah,
we signed
because we didn't have one for a while then.
You guys want to see this? It's not, yeah, I just over.
it.
And then we can entertain a motion to approve that contract.
Okay, you want to see this?
You don't want to say? What? Is it?
The water, Joe's have in there,
Yeah.
you know. It's pretty standard.
When you say mulligan, which were, they're in our, one of our driveway.
That's number 2, I thought. You
Yeah,
call it Shannon Creek. And it-
yeah, yeah, number, I still remember taking it. The 15th Street still loses. It's funny that that one always backs up so fast as we got up over there. You would always think, I don't know why, but I would always think it would come out that one down by the stream. I always expected to see it there. It's funny how that surcharge, or funny, not funny, haha, funny, odd,
Yeah.
way surcharge.
It is a-
Because I was always worried when Mrs. Layton lived in the house with Cindy was now. I was always worried that it was a surcharge into her basement, not realizing that that line at the time then it made sense, comes clear up to where it's so deep, but it's surcharge is there, it's surcharging everybody. So that was actually the way they put that in was done a lot.
So I'd like to get whoever's going to sign it, to agree to sign both of these. So I have
Okay.
one, I like to keep one, with
I
me,
can sign it.
and then yours will have one here.
So I need a motion to entertain that contract.
I make a motion. Did you? Okay,
No, you
I'll-
can't, no, you can, and I'll second it. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay, Neva and Teresa seconded.
Yeah,
Any other questions or concerns on it?
no.
Nothing else? All those in favor say aye. Opposed? All ayes. Okay.
You know what I wanted to ask though? Like, we haven't had a contract for a long time. What have we been doing? What have we been doing when something goes wrong? We just been paying full price?
You never had no problems, because I changed the air filters and did all that shit to save money.
Yeah.
It needs checked now.
Yeah.
Actually, I think we already said it was
I
okay.
need
I
the
just
other
couldn't get them to come down for 1-year contracts. That's all.
Yeah.
So,
And you're gonna keep a copy of this and one of them and make sure she has one for the file, correct?
yes.
Okay.
The reason I don't.
They'll have an address to bill me at the 369.
The reason I don't want to got it right there, then I got a phone. Smaller anyway.
Okay. Did you get our copy?
Which one do you want me to keep on?
Just as long as I got
Leave
one
them
to
in
sign, I
my-
don't care.
You signed them both.
And then I'll make a copy of this one and for them.
Okay. Okay, anything else on operations?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of,
Like that
that
guy.
always sounds expensive when they go, yeah.
Well, like that guy. Did you ever watch that show? He always says, yeah.
Yeah, you got, because
Yes, Storage Wars. That's it, Vanessa.
coming to the time to be known again. I'm willing to go with the same thing unless you want something else.
I'm willing for you to do it as long as you come over and do my back.
Agreed.
Well, it's in your contract, so
No, it's sort of a second contract.
Yeah, it's sort of an
It was an
addition,
addition.
in
wasn't it?
addition
Like
to
an
or
amendment.
amendment.
I don't have to do it every year.
So just for everybody, just reiterate what you did. What
I
it is.
know all the pumping stations we have for, and then most of the time, twice a month. But sometimes you gotta mow more in the spring, and then in the fall, you don't have to, so it works out to about 2 times a year.
For how much?
It's that's two.
Wasn't it
240, is
240
it?
or
Is it 240?
Yeah.
240 or
40 a month? Or a ton? A month, a month.
It's a month.
I know we raised
Been
up-
since last year, so I done forgot.
It is a little extra stressful for him because
250.
he tries to beat my
A month.
husband. and my husband
That
tries to
includes
beat him.
spraying, weed eating,
Yeah.
all the reseeding. Do you reseed and everything, Lynn, or what?
No.
Everything?
That's the mow, and I usually just spin up around like the gravel that's dumped here and there.
Don't you do like spraying and stuff like weed eating and spraying?
I spray and weed eat,
Yeah.
All right, so he's just gonna continue that. Do we need another motion because it's just been it was an amendment we put on last year or the year before, Tim?
No, I mean, if it's continuing the same action or business, I think you're okay.
If anybody has any exceptions.
I ain't gonna know it. I can't.
I remember we did that last, like 2 years ago, I thought, right
I
around,
believe so, yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
I can't-
No, I think you're all right.
And then, if we're done with that,
Yeah.
we haven't opened the system for a long time, we haven't opened the grease trap for a long time. We're back to the problem of, I need a helper. And I asked Chuck Wickenfeldt, and he just at this time cannot take any more on. But what he's got up there 7 days a week, and then his dad and mom being sick. You don't want no more. So we're back to the idea of what we're gonna do there. You know, because I need help for that.
What does your helper do? Like, what do they, you mean like a backup like Chuck?
Well, Chuck will still be my backup if, you know, if I
Okay.
call him, but he just don't want it.
You know,
Like I
he
had
doesn't
my-
want us to rely on it
Right.
just being him. Okay, I wasn't getting.
I had my brother, and he helped me when we opened them all up before. And if I get something that takes 2 guys, and you get my brother, that I was paying, you're just paying me. I was telling
That's
you,
actually in your contract. That you will do the contracted price of 2,200, and you will include it in that one helper. I would like to perform this at one time every other year. This will be performed using company vehicle and tools at contracted price of 2,200 to be paid at completion of the next monthly meeting.
okay, but here's my question. I had no idea that you had any kind of insurance on you, so I take care of myself.
Yeah.
Now, we got into that, you wanted a contract, you wanted to get rid of it, and I never got a signed contract. That's been a long time ago, so,
No, this is your new one. This is your new contract.
yeah, but how long?
We
does the
did a new
contract last?
contract at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
remember?
we
We
approved,
just did one.
whenever we approved them. When did we approve the contract?
I don't know, I don't remember you there.
Yeah, we approved them at the meeting. We
Uh-huh.
approved both of you guys. You were over there.
We were next
All right,
door.
I'm gonna go this year, but I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not gonna pay
No,
to have somebody insured be here. And you know, you
Yeah.
gotta figure out what's going on.
Yes,
Tim, how, his contract says he would get a helper, and we were okay with that. How should we make sure that we're covered for liability with that?
yeah, I mean, that's incredibly important because I, I don't know the ins and outs of the work, but I'd imagine there's some risk there.
Yeah.
I thought we discussed this at a meeting, one of the meetings recently about consulting with the liability carrier or the workers' comp carrier about this. And now
Then you can check with our insurance. And if you guys, I want to say that everybody was still covered, the two workers under workers' comp,
For
even though they're
Well,
1099s. And right now, we had
the law
talked about,
says you have to, when
Yeah.
I contact, the law says you have to.
yeah, if he's a
Baseball.
1099, I mean, any employee, has got to be covered. So, you know, as long as that's we're certain of that and they're aware of that, that shouldn't be a problem. You know, I always think worst case scenario, and we don't want to have, you know, we want to have coverage in case the helper would get hurt, injured, certainly.
so if Len provided us that person's name and information, and we put it on record here, then they would be covered under our insurance? Or do we
Yeah,
have
they
to-
should.
Okay.
No, they should be. I mean, as any
I can
1099 is.
call, SWF and ask them.
I mean,
Do you think I should call them?
Yeah,
Sam,
I think
and
that's a
ask
good
them?
idea, just to make sure. I mean, I don't know specifically what they want.
Because
so
when
I
I
think-
do the insurance form, Len and I are both on it, but your helper wouldn't be on it, so I probably should call the
And then
insurance.
maybe just
Yes,
ask the person, and they'll be working a
Yeah,
helper
'cause there are
part-time,
laws, she told me that make,
but, you know, but say from, you know, June 1st.
yeah, I was gonna say that's probably,
yeah,
you can get a temporary coverage in those circumstances as well too. So, you
yeah.
know, I don't know if there's a week, a month. I don't know how long this is gonna take, Len, but
You know, Len, how long?
Not a short, you know, it varies some. And I forget what it was about.
You want to do it sooner rather than later?
Unless you would figure out, you know,
Well, let her call SWF. and if they-
Because
they
then
just
when
need
I
the
tell them that
information,
coverage period, you'll
They
be
just
under
give her
that
a
time to
window.
complete, so we want to make sure that's within your schedule.
Then the next question is, you know, we should have a backup author, and I've been using Chuck. So what happens if he's out?
Well, that's supposedly, he's supposed to be covered under ours as well. That's what, no, Jaylene called and asked those questions, and supposedly, I didn't talk to him. And she-
I called also,
Yeah,
and they said that, like, when I was asking her, she said, neither there are state laws, it doesn't matter, that you had better have comp on people because it's,
yeah, I understand that, but are they covered?
yeah,
So, yeah, to double check.
somebody
with
like
Chuck
that,
as
I
well.
don't know.
So maybe just double check on Chuck as well, say, you know, how often does he have to cover for you? Maybe once a year?
When he goes on vacation.
You know, you I can't do it when you're sick or something like that. It's just-
If you did that, if something like long-term happened, I think we would have to,
Well, then we'd contact them
we'd have to
then.
have a special meeting and do
Yeah.
X, Y, or Z.
Right.
I was just asking because, you know, I don't want Chuck down here.
Yeah.
you
So-
know, if
So
something
we're
wrong
going
with
to call SWS and give them whatever that person's name is in a window they're going to work. And then also mention that we have a backup guy. Should something short-term or long-term happen to Len, short-term, that guy would be stepping in maybe for a day, maybe just to cover an emergency or something. And
Now ask-
SWS used to cover them, so he's probably already covered under them
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm guessing too,
So,
because they're St. Clair Township and we're St. Clair Township.
yeah, I'm pretty sure there's still.
I
mean, they used
thought
to
we
be
did
SWS.
check one time and that's what they told,
Yeah, just
but
double check.
I'll double check.
And then.
So for backup, for backup
And then
coverage.
if you get an answer that seems reasonable to both of you, then go ahead. If you want to wait till our next meeting when we meet again, then do that. That's why I asked whether you wanted to do it sooner rather than later.
So when you want to do it, give me the date so that I get that coverage in, like, so we don't have the coverage and then maybe you're too busy and can't get it done or something, you know what I mean? Let's make sure it's that time so we don't pay for that coverage and then,
Well, you have to find something too, right?
No.
Yeah. So you
Mhm.
go with names and.
I don't know. I mean, I never had a signed contract. so-
January meetings are important in a minute, so it's a January.
No, it wasn't January.
No.
We know he was just reappointed. to January. But no, we approved the meeting, your, both contracts. Wow, do you have a minute book?
no, I have his,
How
No,
long-
no, the minute books, you have a file that has all the minutes from every meeting. After the meeting, we'll look it up.
I have it.
Because it was approved, so you should have, yeah, we
And How long
approved it.
is this contract last?
I don't know, is there a term in there? Do you have a term in
It
there?
was a few years ago. I remember that.
Yeah,
We were over there.
yeah, I remember we were sitting. So it's
Let me
pre-COVID.
see if he puts in here when he wanted it black. 12521 is what you have on this one. And I remember we approved it during COVID because we were all in Zoom when we approved it. So,
Because we were talking about doing,
Sure.
or bringing you guys in as regular employees,
Yeah.
and then that because we weren't sure stored and yada yada. So
But that,
that's when he
That meeting
submitted
right
it,
there,
but then we would have
what I
approved
asked
it
for-
later.
at that meeting, was to raise myself up to $25 for the 811 test. That was an amendment to that contract. That
This
wasn't-
is what you gave. This is what we approved.
I was, the one with any of the ones we did.
I wasn't either.
I have that there was a contract approved in 2017, and I don't know if there was, I don't have notes indicating there was a
This one is 21.
subsequent contract.
Is it right?
On the other page, is the date.
Is that the one that had?
I highlighted the difference. So I knew the differences were.
yeah, this has the $25.
So that's what I had approved that time. So I was 15 before, so that's the only thing that was for. Was that and a raise for $5. So
Yeah,
That's
you went
not a
from,
whole new contract.
well, you went from 1,800 to 1,850,
50, and then,
25, 15 to 25.
and then this one. Mowing and weeding and more. And then down here. Because I highlighted the differences.
Yeah, and then, yeah, the 20 to $25. So this, that was approved, it's for the whole,
So that's for 1 year?
you had it here for 1 year.
Okay. I'll remember that one for this year.
Mhm.
I wonder if this year.
But we're 2022 now.
Next year.
So,
What do you want to do? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Do you
want
want-
to put us on as employees? I did all that checking. And that's what you told me to
we
do.
had planned on it, and then we put it on hold because we were talking about sewer. So, there been any, I have not heard anything from anybody about sewer. That's come up.
Just got tabled because of the conflict you was there, so.
There's no conflict. What happened? Did they ever come back to us to say they wanted to do anything?
I've never heard anything.
Who's been in contact? Nobody's been in contact with.
I thought Jaylene was actually.
Yeah, but I don't think we've heard anything.
Yeah.
I don't care, just as long as I know what I'm doing. I'm doing working with.
Well, I think, do you want to make any changes to that contract right there?
For that one there. I'm not even sure what's in it. For that one, it was 17, anything.
No, this is recent,
This
this
is
one.
2021.
This
I
is
know, but
2021.
Here's my
You-
old contract, but everything I asked for was in for it.
No, this
No, this is the new one.
is nothing
yours.
we made. You gave it to us. We
This
didn't
is
do
priced up
this.
with your additional raises in it. So stuff is what you were getting, so it shows the changes.
We even voted to approve it, you know, so.
For this contract, I have December 31st. Anyway, so.
Do you want us to continue working under that contract until you can come up with another one at the next meeting?
I guess,
Do you want to continue that one through the year?
you know, for next meeting, but I don't know exactly, you know, where we're going with what we're doing, whether we're gonna go to paying, you know, like to pay now, or we're going to,
Well, I don't think we as the board are ready to do everything we need to make you guys permanent.
I can tell you right now, we cannot afford more increase. We have a lot of money that comes
I
out.
understand. But I'm not saying about that, but right now, I don't think we're in a position mentally or physically to make that decision to use, put them on as employers. Do you guys think we should go ahead and flip it?
I don't know. I don't,
I mean, you have to realize the board's gonna be paying half the social security and stuff, and we cannot afford more expenses right now. We're raising this rate for these people. I'm just saying, we're gonna take some heat down.
yeah, I understand.
We're not
like, all
taking
that kind of
heat
stuff,
to
but I only
spend
have
more
one
money.
employee to pay, 'cause that's what I know, what I can do and can't do.
I'm just letting you guys
Yeah.
know that, because I do the
Well,
book. I want you to know the money we have coming in and going out.
My feeling was that, yes, we're paying X amount of dollars because you guys are carrying and paying your own social security and so forth.
Right.
You know, and I'm just gonna use this as an example. Right now, we're paying you $20 an hour. Well, then we're going to have to pay that stuff. We're on $20 an hour. You guys were paying it. Now we're paying it. So your check might only be $15 an hour because we're absorbing what you guys aren't paying us for. So that's how I felt we were gonna be doing this going forward.
And I'll
You
be
guys
quite
felt
honest with you, insurance is off the table for me. You know, if I lose my insurance, then, you know,
You're talking
I'm
about
gonna
health
have to
insurance.
have you guys pay my insurance. I can't work without insurance.
You're paying your own insurance.
I am now, but I won't be if, you know, you guys hire me. I don't wanna pay my own insurance, you know what I mean?
We
Because-
never, this authority has never, ever paid any health insurance.
I know, and it's a big expense, that's what I'm trying to say.
If we had to pay somebody's health insurance, and right now, I would assume that's probably about $6 an hour value,
At least,
then that's gonna come off of somebody's salary. So
And I'm only asking because I know it's my business that I have. Do you have to pay? And I'm not saying anything like against you want your insurance paid, but if we hired them, do we have to pay their insurance?
health insurance, no, absolutely not.
That,
No.
well, that's what because I know I don't with my employees. That's, I don't have to pay any of that kind of insurance. The only thing I have to carry on them is, workers' comp.
No, and I don't think we would ever be taking that on because we would be paying for one person or two people.
Yeah.
We would be paying
We'd
out
be
the
paying
water.
out the, yeah.
Yeah, she would still have to go out and contract that.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're not paying the insurance, I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
At least I'm going to vote no to pay somebody's health insurance.
You pay mine too. I'll do it,
But, I think what we need to do is anticipate, because we don't do anything quickly, at least for the year 2022, that we're at least going to be still keeping you guys on 1099. I think that's fair, don't you?
yeah.
When we're 3 months into it, like my tax situation, that's why I'm saying about, you know, I'm 3 months into it. If we stop now, I have half, and I'm,
Yeah, so I think,
Was that something we could table for like, God forbid, like the next year? Like that we can just keep discussing until we figure out something?
Yeah.
You know, I
and
mean,
I think,
instead of,
I think as a board, we need to commit, by the end of the year, we're gonna do yes or no, period. By our last meeting in 2022, we have to come to a decision and not leave anybody hanging, whomever that anybody would be. So, does that sound fair? Does that sound reasonable?
I mean, all I was asking is, what are we doing? Because it's
Yeah.
this,
So-
it's that, it's this, it's that. I'm just trying to
a
figure out
constant
where I'm going.
and have something definite.
So, are you willing to work under that contract that you just saw there?
Monday. Oh, yeah.
So every month we have 2 months, we're gonna have to reapprove it?
I don't know. I got to read it over again because, you know, make sure.
Okay, let's do it this way. So currently, for 2022 through, what's our next meeting?
What is it, March?
May 24th or something. It's on
To
your
our next meeting in May.
agenda. It says on
You're
the
willing to
agenda.
work under that contract?
Yeah.
You've been working under that
Yeah,
contract.
right. I mean, that's not the big deal here.
Okay, so just make notes of that. We
May
need to have a
24th.
motion for that, Tim, or?
He
I
should
mean, you
have
would have,
it
it was
to me.
approved that contract was approved, and unless there's something to supersede that contract, then you're just operating essentially status quo at that point.
Okay. So if you have any changes you want to make, bring it to us at the meeting. Or hopefully beforehand, so we have time to approve.
Just wanted to know you guys are not still thinking about going that way. Putting it on the employees and this and that.
At some point we have to, but right now, we're
That's
just
what
not
you
ready to
said
do that.
before. It's like, you know, so I didn't know exactly what you're going
And
to
it
do.
appears that we are, my concern at the time was that we weren't covering our end of liability, but it appears that we are fine. But we will just get that confirmed. Neva's gonna talk to the insurance and just be sure. Maybe even get something to Tim, maybe just a copy of.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't recall. I mean, it's been a while, quite frankly. I
what
don't
it looks
recall.
like? I mean, just the liability, the workers' comp.
Oh, okay,
It just
yeah.
Should be
It's
small.
smaller.
Yeah, maybe just scan that and send it over to Tim.
They sent me this huge book.
Or maybe even give him the huge book and then you can get it back from him.
I mean, I was amazed at him. It's short.
Tim, that wouldn't hurt anything for you to maybe just go through our whole insurance policy, would it?
It's up to you. I'll do whatever the board likes. Yeah, I can take a peek.
I think you should call your agent. Have them come and explain to you. We don't pay.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need
Sure,
to.
yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Anything else on that? Then so, let me write this down so I remember.
Man, look at this thing.
Let's-
You think I know anything about this thing? Do you know
We had this 4 times.
there's real people that have just this job in a company? You hire a comp
Yeah,
person.
but wait till you have a claim against it, then all of a sudden they're like, oh, that's not.
I got this and I thought, do they think I know anything about this?
Nope.
In the drawer. I'm like, holy cow. She told me when I called the NFSCTSA, there are people that do only that. Did you know that, Tim?
Yeah.
There are people that just do that insurance thing.
Say that again. You guys are cutting out there.
There are
I was
people
with
that
you.
do just that insurance thing.
They hire a person for a company that does just that workers' comp insurance and, well, the whole insurance essentially.
Are you done then, Lynn?
Yeah,
I have your new, and don't leave until I give it to you, your new fuel card hand. So remind me, I think it should be in the car. I thought I brought
Anything
it.
else? Teresa?
No, I think, can I have a fuel card, please?
Yeah, we all need one of those.
Anything else? Tim, do you have anything else for us?
I do not. Sorry, the way they updated Zoom, and it's really hard to find the mute button. So that's why I keep having these delays. So I apologize. No, I got nothing else for you tonight.
Okay, so we can adjourn?
Yep, vote to adjourn. Unless there's something we need to discuss in executive session. I mean, we can adjourn.
I think I jumped the gun. We don't have anything to discuss on shit. I motion to adjourn.
It's 7:44. Okay, next meeting is May 24th.
Yep.
Be here, be square.
I may be square. I'm not sure about May, but I'll let you know like ahead of time.
And we're done then. Did you end the YouTube?
I'm doing it right